Hello to all of you, and I'm going to take you through a couple of things today with Desmos. And I think we've all used Desmos before, we've heard about it, or we've had it at school on our Chromebooks, or you can have it at home on your home Chromebook or another device like a tablet. But let's go ahead and go to, I always use Bing. So let's go to Bing and hit Desmos. And right here, there'll be some options as you choose the actual site. I'm going to go to scientific first. So from here, it's going to load. Okay. Now this is first going to be no coordinate plane, just calculator. Now we have main right here. If you ever get stuck on something like a function or even something in algebra 2 when it comes to trigonometry or whatever it might be, and you don't know how to get to your main calculator, hit main. So there's ABC when it comes to the full keyboard. There's functions right here with sine, cosine, tangent, but always go back to main if you need to. And so you can do easy things like, 4 times 4, and then you hit, well, you don't have to hit anything. You have to just simply put it in there, and it'll actually just give you the answer over here. Okay. But if you want to do a different problem, hit this little blue button right here, like kind of like hitting the return key on a keyboard, and do the next one. So maybe 2 times 60, something like that, 120. Okay. Now you can change this from degrees to radians if you need to. So radians, degrees, all that. You can clear the whole thing by hitting clear, then clear all if you need to. You can do something like the absolute value of maybe a -20 right there. Okay, so absolute value brings it to a positive, because absolute value, as we know, is simply the distance the number is from 0. So anything that's positive stays positive. Anything that was originally negative becomes positive. So absolute value of -10 is just 10. Absolute value of -25 is just 25. Now, you can always backspace a couple times there and clear the whole thing out. Now you can also do a fraction over here. So 5, and then go down over here. Maybe it's going to be 5/8, whatever it is. Okay, that would be over here, 0.625. Now, from there, I want you to know that you can go and clear off if you need to, and I want you to look at another thing with me. So I'm going to go back on my URL over here, and I'm going to go from there, whenever it loads, to a a graphing calculator. So graphing calculator, choose that one. It's going to load. It's raining. I know you're all shocked. Okay, so here is a graph, a coordinate plane, I should say. Now, if I want to put something in here like a y equals 3x minus 1, okay, and this over here is red, so that's going to be a red line right there. That's how you do that. Now, let's just say I want to do some different things here, and let's just say that I wanted to add something else in there. Okay, I can simply add a line right here, and I can do a parentheses if I want to do an ordered pair. Okay, let's say I wanted to graph a -4, 2. Okay, so -4, comma 2, parentheses again, and it is going to be now over here on the coordinate plane. And if you hit label, then it will label it with the ordered pair on the coordinate plane itself. Take it off if you need to. And you can also go over here to the far left and choose to put it back on the graph, off the graph, that kind of thing right there. Okay. Now, some more things about this is that you can actually go down here to the very bottom where it says show keyboard. This is kind of cool because you can actually, move this over here out of the way, you can actually use it as another calculator with the coordinate plane, or you can use it as a keyboard like this. And you can do percentages, you can do brackets, all that kind of stuff. And so if you don't want to use your keyboard as a part of your device, you can use it on the screen if you have a tablet. So that's one thing you can do. Now I'm going to go back to the graph over here. I'm floating around. I'm a nerd. Okay, so I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to go ahead and take these right here off by clicking those X's here. And I'm going to go to where it says Untitled Graph. I've got some options over here. I can always put a new graph up there. I can always save a graph. And I'm gonna go down here and I'm just gonna pick one really easy one. I'm gonna pick a standard form. Okay. There's an option here to open it. If I want to choose a different one, I can just hit cancel, or I can go back over here and choose another one. I'm gonna hit open graph. And the cool thing is up here, I have my standard form of a polynomial, okay? Which in this case is gonna give me a parabola because I have a square right here as my leading term. Now, if I want to change this in some way, I can obviously put in different numbers here, different values. So if I want to put a 2 in there instead of a 1, okay, then I can click over here, and it's going to have a 2 there instead. But whoops. Over here, 2, enter. Come on. Okay. So go over here, and there that is. Now, let's just say I wanted to put 3 for the B. Do that. Change it up a little bit. Maybe 5 for the C. Okay, so you can see how it moves whenever I put new data in there. Okay, now let's just say I wanted to put a new thing in there, like a new expression along the same graph. So let's say I want to put a linear function in there. I can do y equals negative 5x plus 3. Okay. And it's in purple right here. And I can do on, off, on, off. I'm going to go leave it on there. But that's what you can do right there. Okay. Now I can also change this around, which you don't need to do, but it's kind of just fun to play around with it every once in a while. And that's one thing you can do there. Also back over here, you can do different things like vertex form. Okay, so especially in algebra, and not so much in geometry, but algebra 1, algebra 2, you can do different things with different types of forms. General form, standard form, factored form, vertex form, and open graph right here. So I can view my vertex form right there, A, H, K. So A is going to be how wide or narrow your graph is. H is going to be the horizontal shift, opposite sign. And then your K is going to be same sign, vertical shift. So if I want to change that K to, let's just say a 2, it brings up my graph from that 1, which was here, to, I'm going to do a 2, goes up to a 2. So it went from here to here, okay? So those are some things you can do on Desmos, and I hope you have enjoyed it. And please feel free to go to it and mess around with it some. Look at these options over here on your far left. You won't have to use all of them, of course, but use the ones you need and enjoy. I hope you have had an enjoyable experience in this, and that will be it.